So in 1 minute, we can finish our shots and let's keep going.
Thanks for coming. Good. Yes. You know?
Deeply personal to me, but I think anecdotal to Grenada and the Caribbean. I'm not so sure the veracity of it, but I'm told 75% of the population of Grenada can trace its ancestry to.
We also have the MOU on trade, culture, and education. And my hope is that your visit will deepen that even further. We have the MOU on visa waiver for each of the citizens, which is in operation. We've had a few complaints of a few Grenadian citizens, who didn't have a very good experience, but we're asking the Foreign Ministry to sort it out so that we can fully implement the visa waiver for all categories of passports, diplomatic service and ordinary passports. Our two citizens should be able to travel freely between each other, and so it's something that we'll work on to make sure that is fully implemented. Ghana happens to be the headquarters of the African Continental Free Trade Area, and that was a very historic trade agreement that was signed, and so far more than 50 countries have ratified it. And so it allows us to export duty-free and tariff-free into each other's markets. And I believe it becomes an opportunity for African and Caribbean businesses to invest together to take advantage of a 1.3 billion population market and with a GDP of more than 3 trillion. And so we must find ways and means of bringing the two business communities together to create further investments. And so we're happy to welcome you, and we always welcome your visits, and I look forward to the opportunity to pay a visit back to Grenada in order that we cement the relationship even further. So you're welcome again.
It was Ghana. And I think, in a sense, it's a natural aligning of the stars, and as you say, of the deliberate use of the ocean as a bridge to make sure that we in the Caribbean can reconnect in a deliberate way with our roots, both politically, socially, culturally, and importantly, economically as well. Because oftentimes, while we welcome the conversations and the meeting, we recognize the importance of trade, because it's trade that, in fact, led to the dark middle passage, the transatlantic slave trade. But obviously we want to be able to trade and grow economies and make sure citizens benefit from a trade that is progressive, that is deliberate and looks after the well-being for our citizens. So I want to express my deep appreciation for hosting me and my delegation. I appreciate you just came from China. It's an incredibly long way. And so for you to make time in your schedule to accommodate this visit is deeply appreciated. I want to start off right away by extending the reciprocity and by inviting Your Excellency to officially visit us in Grenada. I'm even tempted to propose the time, if your schedule will permit. You know, the 1st of August is the day in which the British, at least in the British West Indies, finally accepted that the slave trade, and slavery in particular, was abhorrent and at least legally should come to an end. My government only this year re-emphasized by making the 1st of August a public holiday, because prior to that it was being celebrated on the first Monday of August rather than on the day itself. And we felt we wanted our younger generation to appreciate the significance of the day and to make sure they understand why I sometimes say that that day marks the beginning, in a sense, of our nation, because you can't have a nation where one human being owns another human being. So the day is of profound significance, and if your schedule will permit, and because I think it is some significant lead time, we'd love to welcome you to be with us on that day, because I think it demonstrates, as I said, the deliberate bridge building, but also a significant reminder of our past and the importance of ensuring that future generations understand the struggle of Africans everywhere.
However, one significant barrier continues to hinder our cooperation, and that is the lack of direct air connectivity between the Caribbean and Africa. Despite being only 6 hours apart by air travel between our regions can take nearly a full day, often routed through Europe or North America. This limitation restricts the movement of people, goods, and services between the Caribbean and Africa. We must collaborate to change this situation. Creating direct air links between Ghana and the Caribbean is not just a matter of convenience, but a strategic necessity. Such connectivity would unleash significant opportunities for trade, tourism, culture, and education between our people. I'm pleased that just yesterday our Foreign Minister, the Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, and Honorable Joseph Andal, Foreign Minister of Grenada, co-chaired the inaugural session of the Ghana-Grenada political consultations. I'm confident that this mechanism will produce practical outcomes that deepen political, economic, and cultural engagements between our two nations. Distinguished guests, the relationship between Ghana and Grenada exemplifies an excellent model of South-South cooperation. During my productive discussions with Prime Minister Michel earlier today, we mutually agreed on the importance of expanding our collaboration in key areas, particularly those that utilize our comparative advantages for mutual growth. In the health sector, Grenada's interest in recruiting Ghanaian nurses and allied health professionals presents a valuable opportunity for structured collaboration between our two countries. Ghanaian health workers have gained international recognition for their professionalism and their compassion. And we're keen to explore arrangements that address both our national needs and Grenada's health priorities. In education, we can develop partnerships through teacher exchanges, student mobility, and research collaboration. In agriculture, there's potential for collaboration in climate-resilient farming, food security, and agribusiness. In renewable energy, we can work together to promote cleaner and more affordable energy sources that align with our sustainable development goals. And in heritage and diaspora tourism, Ghana and Grenada can jointly promote cultural connections that honor our shared roots and provide economic opportunities for our people.